this is where this one starts. Take 72. Welcome back, my friend. All right, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to show you how to make the most, or make more, perhaps, if you don't already know this, to make more of your pentatonic scale with all the positions, but really only referring to one datum, one single first position or box one that you're going to do. At the same time, you're going to map all the A notes on the fretboard in what can be a fun way. I got another video about that I'll refer you to, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to map all the A's, and then we're going to take a string pair. Now we'll break out of this here and there, but if you stick with me for the whole video, what you should be able to do by the end is use the whole fretboard in a more musical way to solo over pop, blues, rock, country, whatever. Let's call it sort of a bluesy rock sort of thing. This is probably going to match pretty nicely with. But basically that's all it is. You're going to map a set of notes. You're going to look at a structure that works and one that you can then use up and down the whole fretboard. Okay? So it's to make your life easier about what to play, where you can play it, how you can start to develop a sense of phrasing, and how you can sort of use something in a musical way as opposed to practicing this scale over and over again and then think, that's what I know how to do. You know, I can't do it it's a hard scale to play fast. But you know, you want to think, what can I do with it? Okay, so I'll get right to the point now. You want to find all the A's. The A's are, if you're not sure about this, all you got to remember is that E's and F's are next to each other. So that's an E string that we've tuned it to, so the F's next to it. Everything else skips except for B and C. E and F and B and C do not skip. That's like a fret, so E to F, G, skip to get to the F to the G, G to the A, get you to the next dot, A to B, get you to the 7th fret, B and C are next to each other, D is the 10th fret, and you get to the other landmark fret, I call it, the E to the 12th fret E. That's the octave. It's called an octave because it's, if I did the major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, octopus, octagon, octave. So we're going to do the A's. So one of the rules is the 2 + 2 rule. If you find the fret here, first of all, you know it again on the E string, but you also know that 2 frets up, 2 frets up is the other A. So whatever method you're going to use, that's kind of a separate video. I'm hoping that you get the idea of how to find the A's. What you want to do first is just with any finger, pick a pattern. Let's say a double diamond. We're going to go around the clock and we're going to go backwards to the next A, which is the 2nd fret of the G. We're going to go back up here to the high E, and then we're going to do the A string on A note on the D string. That gives us this triangle shape this way and this triangle shape that way. So this way and that way. If you draw that on a diagram, you'll see a giant diamond. And that's what you want to do. And again, I'm going to remake another video about this, but you want to solo with one note first. You just want to think some kind of a groove going. Oops. And if you hit a note wrong, it doesn't matter. Just bounce back to the just jump around like that. You can go round and round clockwise if you want. If you want to keep doing that cycle, you go backwards anti-clockwise. When you get used to that, try to do it with one finger. Like I said, wrong notes, open notes, doesn't matter. You're really just mapping. Okay, if you're finicky about technique, then you're going to try and perfect the technique too. That doesn't hurt you. But I'm just saying, you want to know where these A's are. So then you think, okay, you got these A's. There's another set here. The shape of a C chord, right? But octave. My little A major chord. So now I got that. So you're messing with that. Have a bit of fun with it. You know what I mean? Practice can be pretty boring, but you want to do something that gives you like a gamification is what everyone's doing these days for just about everything. And nothing wrong with it, if it suits what you're doing and it helps you. So now we got this A as well. See, I'm hitting wrong notes and everything, it doesn't matter. There's my other. Then I got this little same shape repeating in the higher octave register. Doesn't matter if you hit a wrong note. And you go around it, and then pretty soon do it all with one finger. It is hard. Right, once you get the hang of that, you know where all the A's are. Now we're going to go back to the familiar thing that you already know. The string pair of low E and A. A and E, right? But now we're going to add this thing called the flat 5. Some people call it sharp 4. It doesn't matter. It's the same note, just like A sharp is B flat or D sharp is E flat. You know, it's called enharmonic equivalent. That's just a label. It's not N, it's not END, it's enharmonic. It just means that one note has more than one name. In fact, all notes have more than one name. In fact, they have more than two, because you can keep going with these things called accidental sharps and flats. Different video, but I just want you to understand that what we're adding is usually called the flat 5, quite often referred to as the flat 5 passing tone or passing note. It's a cool note. It's quite, you know, where you put a power chord to it, but it's just a nice little riff. And that's all we want to do is just play around with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In effect, what you're doing is you're making like a sub pentatonic scale. You're making a 5-note pattern. And what I'm doing is I'm playing with it, aren't I? You know what I mean? I'm playing different rhythms. I'm going up and down in order. Maybe so you just mess with it. Now, again, really kind of for another video is the way this shape does fit, but this is what it's about. This is one fingering wise, 1, 4, 1, 3. Make sense? So that's what we got, 1, 4, 1, 3. 1, 4, 1, 2, 3 when we add that note. Now that shape is the same from all these A's that you're playing with one exception.